Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to McAllister Fieldhouse and the 2021 commencement. All guests are required to wear their mask throughout the ceremony. Our ceremony will begin in 5 minutes. At this time, I ask our guests to take their seats and turn off all electronic devices. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the graduates and the platform party and remain standing through the conclusion of the national anthem.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Citadel's 152nd commencement exercise. I am Sally Selden, Provost and Dean of the College, and today we celebrate the achievements of the unstoppable class of 2021. In addition to the many challenges of the Citadel, this class has had to overcome a pandemic. We are especially delighted to be here together to cheer on our graduates. It is my pleasure to welcome you to today's celebration. The class of 2021 standing before you includes 531 cadets from 33 states across our great nation. This class is strong through the common bonds of honor, duty, and respect, the core values of a Citadel graduate. Please remain standing for the invocation, which will be given by Lieutenant Colonel Aaron Meadows, Chaplain to the South Carolina Corps Cadets, followed by the national anthem.
As we continue our celebrations this afternoon, I invite you to pray with me. Almighty God, the source and sustainer of our light, strength, hope, and truth, we give you thanks for the blessings you have bestowed upon our institution and today's graduates. We give you thanks that they have successfully run their course at the Citadel and can now receive their prize. Our prayer for them today echoes what many of them have prayed throughout their cadet careers. We pray that as they leave this institution, they would remain sincere in their fellowship, unswerving in their duties, continuing to find joy and purity, and allow their faith to undergird a confidence that will help transform this world for the better. Lord, we pray that you would continue to humble their hearts, that you would clarify and empower the steadfast purpose you have given them, that you would revive in them a joyful hope and a readiness to endure hardships and suffer if need be, that your truth and your will may be done in their lives and in all of our lives. We pray all of this to you because yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, now and forever. Amen.
Please be seated. and College Marshal Dr. Joel Berlingeri will now exit. It is my pleasure to introduce the 20th President of the Citadel, General Glenn Walters.
Good afternoon. Members of the class of 2021, I'm delighted to offer you my most sincere congratulations. Today is the accumulation of your time at the Citadel, and you should rightfully be proud. I was particularly impressed with your performance these past 9 months. You did something few college students were able to accomplish. You returned to campus in August and allowed us some semblance of normality. This is no small feat. Your discipline and your leadership made it happen. I extend a particularly warm greeting to all of the gathered families. Many of you traveled great distances to be with us today. I could wish we could have more of you in the stands. You have made significant sacrifices over the past 4 years to enable your cadet to graduate, and you were critical in their success this year. So I offer to each of you my congratulations. This is a very special day, a day you and your cadet thought may never come. Well, you made it. Gail and I got to enjoyed getting to know your sons and daughters, and we wish them all the best. I know they will make us all proud. Congratulations. Now I'll invite Dr. Selden to come back to the podium.
I would like to recognize our distinguished guests, who include members of our Board of Visitors and former presidents, Lieutenant General John W. Rosa, United States Air Force, retired, Major General John Reynolds, United States Marine Corps, retired, and Lieutenant General Claudius E. Watts III, United States Air Force, retired, who are seated on our third floor balcony. Will these members please rise and let us show our appreciation for their leadership. We are pleased to have 26 Citadel alumni parents and grandparents who will present diplomas to their son, daughter, grandson, or granddaughter. Will these Citadel alumni please rise and let us welcome you with a round of applause? Graduation Day places the spotlight on the primary mission of the institution, academic achievement. As a college, we understand that the greatest tool in any military engagement or civilian career is one's mind. While the faculty cannot be with us, I'd like us to recognize their enormous contributions to this class during this extraordinary time. Please join me in applauding their dedication and enthusiastic service to their students. And at this time, it is my pleasure to ask Cadet First Lieutenant Tom Rogers, Senior Class President, to come forward to give remarks on behalf of the class of 2021.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for letting me speak on such an important day in the life of the class of 2021. I'm thankful that we're able to have members of our family here in person. I'd like to thank the leadership and efforts of General Walters, Dr. Sheldon, Board of Visitors, and Captain Caluso for making that happen. On behalf of my class, I would also like to personally thank Captain Caluso, who obviously likes us so much that he's deciding to leave the same year that we're finally getting out of here. Most of all, I want to thank my class for the opportunity to speak and recount the last 4 years that have brought us to this day. Although today may not be the best day for me to be wearing white pants because I've never had to speak in front of this many people before, I'm going to try to do my best to remember what brought us here and what we're leaving with. I wish I could give you every detail about the last 4 years, but I believe that would lead to my removal before the stage before my speech is over. I still do truly believe everything we do here can be summed up best by Hebrews 12:11, which states, "No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it." I'm not sure exactly how much peace can be found at this place, but I'm sure looking forward to finding it once I exit the gates for the last time today. I can also see why the discipline here would not make sense to anybody on the outside looking in, which is why the school receives so many complaints from people who live around our campus as they're woken up before the sun rises to groups of us running around yelling. However, it does not change the fact that everything that we've done here has transformed us into better individuals compared to what we were when we arrived in 2017. The schedule and lifestyle here made everyone adapt to a different routine. Like my second semester knob year, when I was moved to the top bunk and met with a face full of hardwood floor when I tried to roll out of bed the first morning after sleeping there. If you cannot adapt to discipline here, you would not be able to make it very long. Most schools have Fridays full of people skipping class after a Thursday night football game. But here, our Thursday night football game led to a 6-mile jog at 5:30 that next Friday morning. It's that sort of discipline that seems limiting in the moment, but fruitful in the long run. It's what makes the phrase, "It's a terrible place to be, but a great place to be from," the most accurate statement I was told about this school before I got here. When we got the email last spring saying we were not returning to campus, that discipline was really tested. I was on a boat sitting beside a cooler and cannot say I was too heartbroken to know that our spring break was going to be a few months rather than 1 week. I was really not happy to learn that when we came back, we'd have a year full of wearing a mask all the time and following lots of new protocols. Then I remembered that quote, "No discipline seems pleasant at the time, painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it." Those new measures allowed us to finish safely while others could not. This has been a true test for our own values, and that discipline has brought us to this very moment today. We made it, and the harvest from that discipline is that we get to join the long gray line and wear the band of gold. We know that our class had unique challenges it faced, but we faced them with the same discipline as any other challenge. As far as the peace mentioned in the verse, I think we'll find it very soon. That's a simple way of saying how good of a feeling it's going to be seeing the same gate in my rear view mirror. Long live the class of 2021, and long live the discipline that turns boys and girls into citizen men and women. Thank you.
Thank you, Cadet Rogers. Each year, the first and second honor graduate awards are presented to cadets who have attained the highest academic standing based on their total college record. At this morning's commencement ceremony, the first and second honor graduates were announced, stating that they had received an inscribed plaque and a stipend. In addition, the first honor graduate received the scholarship medal. The David Shingler Spell First Honor Graduate is Roman John Kokowski. You guys want to cheer for him? The David Shingler Spell Second Honor Graduate is Nicholas Paul Rishoni. Cadet Second Lieutenant Roman Kokowski is from Las Vegas, Nevada, and he earned a perfect grade point average of 4.0 and completed degree requirements for 2 majors, Spanish and French. He is a Navy ROTC scholarship student, a distinguished military graduate, and a member of Phi Kappa Phi Honor Society. For the past year, he provided exemplary leadership to the Freshman and Alpha Company as their platoon leader. Upon graduation, Cadet Kokowski will attend the Naval Nuclear Power Training Command at the Naval Weapons Station in Goose Creek, South Carolina. Now, will Cadet Frashoni please come forward for Colonel Harrington will bestow your award.
Our second honor graduate, Cadet Captain Nicholas Paul Frashoni from San Antonio, Texas, completed requirements for a Bachelor of Arts in History with a perfect 4.0 GPA. He is an honor programs graduate, a member of Phi Kappa Phi, and a distinguished military graduate. For the past year, Cadet Frashoni has served as company commander for November Company. Upon graduation, Nicholas will attend Infantry Officer Basic course at Fort Benning, Georgia. It is my pleasure to present the David Shingler Spell Second Honor Graduate Award to Cadet Nicholas Frashoni. Congratulations.
The John O. Wilson Ring Award was presented this morning. Dr. John O. Wilson was a Citadel graduate, class of 1862, and a member of the 6th South Carolina Cavalry, a unit made up of Citadel cadets. He became a successful lawyer, preacher, and editor, and served as the second president of Lander College in Greenwood, South Carolina. He established a fund for the John O. Wilson Ring in 1911. The coveted ring is given each year in honor of the late Dr. Wilson to the cadet voted by classmates as the finest, purest, and most courteous member of the class. The 2021 recipient of the John O. Wilson Ring is Cadet Colonel Nicholas Piacentini. The class of 2021 voted to award the Wilson Ring to Nicholas Piacentini from Hollinsdayburg, Pennsylvania. Nicholas received his Bachelor of Art degree in Political Science today. Because of his outstanding leadership abilities, Cadet Piacentini was selected to serve as the regimental commander of the Corps of Cadets. Academically, he was an honors assistant student, excelled, earning gold stars for all 8 semesters. He is a distinguished military graduate and will enter the Navy upon graduation, where his first assignment is to attend Basic Underwater Demolition School in Coronado, California. In keeping with the long-standing tradition, he was also presented with a letter from last year's recipient of the Wilson Ring, Richard Ben Schneider. Next year at this time, it will be his responsibility to carry on this tradition by sending a letter to the Wilson Ring recipient for the class of 2022. Also at this morning's ceremony, we presented the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Awards. Algernon Sidney Sullivan, American jurist, statesman, and orator, has been memorialized by the New York Southern Society for constant helpfulness to his fellow man, an immaculate life, and a never-ending fidelity to public and private trust. The Citadel was pleased to present these awards to individuals who have exemplified the traits which distinguished Mr. Sullivan. The 2 recipients of this award this year are Professor David Allen and Cadet Donetta Rashawn Battle. Dr. Allen's work exemplifies the defining values of the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Award. For almost 40 years, Dr. Allen has worked tirelessly, giving his service to the Citadel, its students, and the profession at large, in precisely the spirit of mutual love and helpfulness that defines the award. As a former department head and internal director of graduate studies, Dr. Allen personally advised nearly every student in the English, Fine Arts, and Communications department since 1983. At the founding of the Citadel Honors Program in 1987, Dr. Allen took charge of the first semester English course for incoming honors cadets, using this position not only to instruct his students, but also carefully and regularly check on them to ensure that they had received the best guidance possible. Recently, as an Associate Provost of Academic Affairs, Dr. Allen has served on the SACS COC Reaffirmation of Accreditation Team and the NCAA Recertification Team, wherein he authored the complex report that led to national recognition of the Citadel's MAT in English program. For the spirit of servant leadership and helpfulness that he has exhibited, we are pleased to be able to recognize Dr. David Allen with this award. Even though he's not here, I know he's helped a lot of you. Let's please recognize his contributions to the Citadel. A senior psychology major from Band Company, Cadet Battle has been a tireless advocate for vulnerable populations in Charleston. Cadet Battle is distinguished as one of the most generous cadet contributors since the Citadel began to document service learning and civic engagement, contributing more than 600 hours of service, primarily in summer enrichment programs. While serving in some of Charleston's most challenged schools, Cadet Battle has made it her mission to see that every student is affirmed, understands that all things are possible if they persevere, and has every opportunity to succeed. Because of her dedication to serving others, Cadet Battle became one of the first official peer leaders in the program. In addition to her leadership and service, Cadet Battle collaborated on 2 different peer-reviewed presentations communicating its impact. In memory of the Algernon Sidney Sullivan, whose love and kindness of fellow man forever endures, the Citadel is proud to present this award to Cadet Donata Battle. Again, let's recognize her contributions. "35 years ago, the college established the James A. Grimsley Jr. Award for undergraduate teaching excellence. The award recognizes the outstanding performance of a member of the faculty in service to undergraduate students. The recipient of this award is chosen by the senior class from nominations by both students and faculty. The 2021 recipient of the Grimsley Award is Dr. Patrick Bass, Assistant Professor of Mechanical Engineering. Dr. Bass, will you please come forward? Dr. Bass earned his PhD from Auburn University, his master's from the University of Colorado, and his bachelor's from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Dr. Bass delivers excellence in teaching through care and concern for students, and by being a master teacher in his specialization, which is aerodynamics and controls. What is remarkable is that his students cite him for his enthusiasm, his genuine care of his students, and his excitement to help them, while also sharing that they had to work really hard for their grade. Congratulations, Dr. Patrick Bass. I will now turn the program back over to General Walters.
Today, Citadel is proud to honor 4 outstanding individuals for their significant contributions to our nation. The Board of Visitors has approved awarding honorary degrees to the following: J. Al Cannon Jr., William W. Gaffney Jr., David Wilson, don't laugh, Eugene Francis Peloso II. I guess that means you can call him Doc afterwards. Go ahead and do that. Colonel Myron Harrington and Brigadier General Sally Selden will assist me in bestowing the honorary degrees. Former Charleston County Sheriff J. Al Cannon Jr. is a visionary leader and public servant who ushered in the modern era of law enforcement in Charleston County. Sheriff Cannon served in the U.S. Air Force in Berlin as a Russian translator at the height of the Cold War, and returned home. He marked the beginning of his career in law enforcement. He earned a law degree, served in the U.S. Air Force Reserves, and joined the North Charleston Police Department, where he rose to the rank of chief. In February of 1988, he was elected sheriff of Charleston County, a position he held for 32 years. As sheriff, he fought for modernization, including new training resources. Under his leadership, the Charleston County Police Department and the Charleston County Sheriff's Office successfully merged. Chief Cannon's legacy of overcoming challenges and being a force of change is enduring. In recognition of a lifetime of service to his nation, the state of South Carolina, and his local community, the Citadel Board of Visitors is proud to award Sheriff Al Cannon the Honorary Doctor of Public Administration degree. Mr. William W. Gaffney, Jr., the Citadel class of 1973, is an insightful businessman and a loyal, devoted alumnus. Like his father and grandfather before him, Mr. Gaffney works in the memorial industry. He served as general manager and president of the Woodlawn Memorial Park in Greenville, the largest cemetery in South Carolina. In the 1990s, the Greenville native became part owner and manager of Gorham Bronze Company, a leading supplier in the cemetery and funeral home industry. In 2001, he became president of Citadel Management, a firm operating 10 funeral homes and 27 cemeteries. As a business owner and alumnus, Mr. Gaffney is committed to the Citadel's core values of honor, duty, and respect. In 2016, he was inducted in the Tommy and Victoria Baker School of Business Hall of Fame. He is a member of the Citadel Foundation Board of Directors and the Society of 1842. In recognition of his principled leadership and unwavering devotion to his alma mater, the Citadel Board of Visitors is proud to award the William Gaffney the Honorary Doctorate of Commerce degree. Major General David Wilson is a 1991 Citadel graduate and a highly decorated U.S. Army officer whose servant leadership makes him an inspiration and a role model to both cadets and alumni. The highest ranking African-American active duty graduate of the South Carolina Corps of Cadets, General Wilson is currently the commander of the 8th Theater Sustainment Command at Fort Schaffner, Hawaii. Throughout his illustrious 30-year career, General Wilson completed several combat deployments, was decorated with the Distinguished Service Medal. General Wilson is a loyal supporter of the college. He is active in recruiting and mentoring cadets and helps keep alive the memory of Charles A. Foster, the Citadel's first African-American cadet. In all he does, General Wilson illustrates the importance of hard work and perseverance. For his service to his nation and to his alma mater, the Citadel Board of Visitors is proud to award General David Wilson the Honorary Doctorate of Military Science degree. Captain Eugene Francis Peloso II. I'm going to start using that all the time now. Is a retired U.S. Navy SEAL and the current Commandant of Cadets. A native of Washington, Pennsylvania, Captain Peluso graduated in Citadel in 1989 with a Bachelor of Arts degree in mathematics and was commissioned in the United States Navy. During his 25-year career, Captain Peluso held leadership roles and commanded Special Operations Forces in the Balkans, Iraq, and Afghanistan, leading men and women in combat at all levels. After retiring from the Navy in 2014, Captain Peluso returned to his alma mater, where he served with distinction. His tenure as Commandant is marked by tremendous growth and effective reform. He oversaw development of yearly experiential training courses for all classes, resulting in positive impacts on the Citadel's Leader Development Program. Captain Peluso made the difficult decisions, set new standards, revised policy, and created new programming, all to the betterment of our cadets. He is a revered leader whose steady influence on the Corps of Cadets enabled the college to navigate a myriad of challenges. For his service to this nation and to his alma mater, the Citadel Board of Visitors is proud to award Captain Eugene Peluso the Honorary Doctorate of Leadership Studies. Did you see he caught me when I had his degree upside down? Attention to detail, but all you know that already, right? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm Citadel welcome to our 2021 commencement speaker and Commandant of the Corps, Captain Eugene Peluso.
Good afternoon. No. You guys got to sleep in. The first group was a lot louder. Good afternoon. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The members of the Board of Visitors, General Walters, Mrs. Walters, distinguished visitors and guests, family and friends, and most importantly, the members of the class of 2021. I too add my welcome and thank everyone for being here. And just before I get started, for everybody that's on the wings and all around here, take a look at what's on the floor. Take a look at these young leaders here. And for all of you on the floor, take a look around to your classmates, because you are the reason that we are here today. And I just don't mean your graduation ceremony. You are the reason why we were able to stay here today and make this year successful. So congratulations and thank you. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Of all the honors I've received in my life, being asked to speak here today exceeds all of them. To the class of 2021, thank you for inviting me to speak on this, your pinnacle of your Citadel career, and for me, one of my last official acts as the Commandant of Cadets. As a show of my appreciation, I wanted to give you all something more than just the words that I'm going to speak today. So having been the Commandant for 7 years now, I think I know exactly what you all want. And since you are all still considered cadets, at least for the next few minutes, I found what I think is the best thing possible. And after consultation with Sergeant Major Yeagle, who is standing directly behind you, I hereby grant all of you a 48-hour pass. General leave on every day of the week, regardless of proficiency or your last duty, in civilian clothes on and off campus, and with a backpack if you want. Just make sure you check out and cast first, please. Additionally, with special permission from General Walters, I hereby grant class of 2021 amnesty. See, there's a couple people that need it out there. But more importantly, all of you that got away with something, you got a clean conscience now. You're good to go. So with all that out of the way, what I want 2021 to do is stand up and give a round of applause to everybody that's here for you right now and everybody that's out there on the virtual land that got you here today and help support you. Stand up, give them a round of applause. All right, sit down. You know, it's been said being a graduation speaker can be one of the hardest things, but yet also one of the easiest things to do. All you have to do is be brief, be interesting, and be gone. Most people say they don't remember who spoke at their graduation, and none of you better say that. But some remember them very well. To me, the most important thing isn't remembering who spoke at your graduation, except for me, okay? But really what was said. So with that, I wanted to take some time to share with you what I think I've learned since I've graduated from the Citadel. But more importantly, what I think I've learned from all of you with our time here together. Your journey in learning and growing never stops, no matter how much you think you know, how much you think you've done, or how much you think you've learned. You never stop growing and learning. That's one of the most important things that you've learned here over the past 4 years, as well as everything we do here has a reason and a training value. I know the cadets don't often understand that and question that very often. It's been that way for 179 years. But really, your 4-year journey here is more realistic and more like the real world than you really know. How you went from being a knob, the lowest common denominator in our system, people that don't know anything, to being the top dogs leading and commanding the Corps of Cadets. It's really how things operate in the real world. Your life, like it or not, will forever be a series of journeys, just like the road less traveled. Your future is a series of Citadel experiences, knob through senior year. I hate to say it, but every phase of your life is going to start with another knob year, over and over again. You will have a life of what I call Citadel cycles. Now, will it mean your chin's in, bracing, sitting on the front 3 inches of your chair, doing push-ups, getting yelled at? Yeah, maybe. It depends on what life throws at you. Trust me, I find myself sitting on the front 3 inches of my chair, bracing, sitting at attention, when the only person in this world that I'm scared of, my wife, is addressing me for something that I did wrong or said wrong. Happens pretty often. So in a very short time, you will become the most recent graduates from this exceptional institution and pass through those gates for the very last time. On Monday morning, you will suddenly become the world's knobs. It doesn't matter if you're commissioning in the military, work for Amazon, the FBI, go to grad school, work for Deloitte. It will be that new, unfamiliar, not in the gut, getting started all over feeling and experience. The difference is you already know how that feels. And more importantly, you know how to overcome that. You realize that yes, everything you did here had a reason. It had a training value. And you know how to handle anything. No matter your experience here at the Citadel, you are very well prepared. Each and every challenge, no matter how easy or difficult, is something you know how to handle and will overcome. I went through a very similar experience after graduation from here as a new ensign trying to become a U.S. Navy SEAL. Standing on the beach in Coronado with 160 men just like me, getting yelled at and doing every physical thing known to man, took me straight back to Knob Year. Even at Buds, the trainees in the last phase of training, seniors, look at the trainees in the first phase of training, the knobs, as the new guys, or as knobs. But not everyone in my Buds class had the experience that I did to start a second Knob Year. Not all of them had the opportunities like the ones the Citadel affords us. Not all of them came from a place where hard work, grit, and determination are ingrained into you each and every day. A place where you are given opportunities to excel and succeed, where mediocrity is not accepted. Unfortunately, that cost some of them, about 87% of them, their shot at becoming a SEAL. This cycle repeated itself again and again throughout my career and my personal life. New commands, new deployments, higher ranks, each marked the start of a new journey or the start of another Knob Year. Marriage, children, bills, mortgages, they come to all of us. And trust me, there's nothing like Knob Year until you get married and you have children. So all the parents out there, they start getting married and having children and they call you about some advice or a problem, let them know you've already been through it because you've been through Knob Year. Throughout my life, navigating the constant Citadel cycles that I've been in my career and my personal life, I've developed a few grounding principles that I believe are key to successful navigation for each and every one of those cycles. To begin, and as I mentioned in the beginning, understand up front that you're immensely prepared graduating from this institution for these different Citadel cycles. You have the foundation, the building blocks to face and deal with anything, no matter what comes your way, no matter what mini Citadel cycle that I'm in, and I'm about to enter a new one as I retire. I break it down into 4 simple truths. So what is a truth? Bear with me on this one. Britannica says, and I quote, "Truth in metaphysics and in the philosophy of language, the property of sentences, assertions, beliefs, thoughts, or propositions that are said in ordinary discourse to agree with the facts or to state what is the case. Truth is the aim of belief, falsity is thought." End quote. Anybody understand what I just said? I don't. Really? That's what it is? For me, a truth is a fact, something that you have to deal with, period. In special operations world, we have what are known as 5 soft truths. They are: humans are more important than hardware, quality is better than quantity, special operations cannot be mass produced, competent special operations cannot be created after an emergency occurs, and most special operations require non-special operation support. They are guiding principles of an organization where the men and women of special operations community believe that help us shape our future and our success. They are facts. But as I stated, on a personal level, I have my own truths, my own guiding principles that I believe in dealing with my Citadel cycles and what life's truths throw at me. So here we go. I'm going to be Captain Obvious for a little while and not Captain Peluso. So truth number 1, life is a team sport, so be a great teammate. We've all heard that at one time or another, but trust me, it's true. No one, and I mean no one, gets through life without great teammates. You all experience that here at the Citadel because our system is designed that way. None of you got here by yourselves. But what are great teammates? Where do they come from? Some you choose and some are given to you. Your parents, your family, your siblings, your professors, your classmates, and yes, even your commandant. During training to become a SEAL at Buds, there are many different individual and team evolutions throughout the 6 months of Buds training. The one that sets the stage early in training, first of 3 phases, is the use of what the Navy calls an inflatable boat small, or an IBS. It starts early in first phase where you're assigned to 6 or 7 man teams, 6 enlisted, 1 officer. The boat crew becomes, and you're named a boat crew. Your boat crew becomes your team during this phase of training, and you're responsible for everything that goes right, and more importantly, everything that goes wrong. The The members are all assigned by boat crew by height and to a specific boat that you put a number on, your boat crew's number, kind of like your company letter. An IBS is 12 feet long and about 110 pounds. It's a rubber boat. Most of the evolutions that you do on and around the beach in the water, you do with your boat crew and with your IBS. Most of the time during this initial 8 weeks, this 8-week phase, when you're going from point A to point B, you carry that thing on your head. Hence why you are assigned by height. If one of the individuals under that boat isn't carrying their share of the load, then that weight gets transferred to the others. Makes sense, right? And the team picks up their share of the load. Now, obviously, that boat gets heavier and things get slower, and it pays to be a winner at Buds. But everybody has a good day and a bad day under that boat. But that's where your teammates come into play. Carrying your share of the load when you're struggling. It's those that continuously do not carry their share of the load that either quit or they're dropped because they'll never be effective teammates. So no matter how hard things get, your teammates don't put their shortcomings on somebody else's shoulders, or in this case, on their heads. Everyone must be able to carry their share of the load. Remember, to get good teammates, you must be a good teammate. Life is a team sport, so be the teammate you want others to be for you. Truth number 2. Life is hard, unfair, and at times very, very unforgiving. It's up to you to find the opportunity in every situation, good and bad. Make the most of what you have. And just as important, constantly strive to make your teammates' lot in life, the people to your right and left, better. Remember, there's a waiver for everything except death. So no matter how impossible or bad a situation may seem, there's always an opportunity to, as they say, make lemonades out of lemons. So when life gets hard, things aren't going your way, you're not getting what you want, get over it, figure it out, and get on with it. You only get one shot at your Citadel cycle, so make the most of it. Truth number 3, there is always somebody bigger, tougher, smarter than you in every room you enter. Graduating from the Citadel comes with a confidence, a sense of accomplishment, and yes, a touch of arrogance at times. You've already accomplished something under normal circumstances that most Americans have not or will not in their lifetime. I felt the same way in 1989 as I set out to become a U.S. Navy SEAL. But I learned something on my first trip home to Pittsburgh to visit my family after completing my training at Buds and attending jump school at Fort Benning, Georgia. I felt confident and somewhat invincible. And on my way home to visit my family and friends, I stopped to visit my grandfather, who was fighting terminal cancer at the time. He was a lifelong steelworker from Allenport, Pennsylvania, and extremely proud of me. He was a tough old man with forearms like Popeye, kind of like mine, or Sergeant Major's, and always a man of high principles. He was the man that everybody wanted as a friend and nobody wanted as an enemy. He was my role model. After we ate lunch in the kitchen in the house where he raised the family and he spent his entire adult life, we decided to go get a beer at the Veterans for Foreign Wars in Allenport, Pennsylvania, about 3 blocks from his house. We walked down there, got into a cinder block building with no windows and 2 doors that sat on the railroad tracks that went to the Wheeling-Pittsburgh mill that he used to work at and sat on the banks of the Monongahela River. There were 2 people in the bar, a bartender and a little old man in a gray sport coat with a fedora hat on, much like the hat that Bear Bryant, the legendary coach for the University of Alabama, wore all the time. And in front of that old man, he had a shot of whiskey, he had a beer, and he had a glass of tomato juice. A few of you probably had everything except tomato juice last night. I thought to myself, now that's old school right there, a shot, a beer, and tomato juice. And as my grandfather and I sat there drinking our beer, talking about my SEAL training and how excited I was to get to my first SEAL team, he stopped me and told me how proud he was of me again. And then he said something to me that transcended my physical stature of anybody in there, my life experience to that date, and really my Citadel, where I was in my current Citadel cycle. And he said, now that you know my first name's Eugene, this won't have the impact. Thanks, sir. He said, Eugene, remember, no matter how tough you are or how tough you think you are, there's somebody bigger and badder than you in the bar. I looked around, kind of perplexed, and thought to myself, not here, no way, not now. My grandfather, being the consummate teacher, proceeded to tell me the story of the little old man that was at the end of the bar with that shot, that beer, and that glass of tomato juice. And how he went off to the Second World War as a young man, earned the Silver Star for heroism, came back, humbly started a family, modestly worked at the Wheeling Pittsburgh pipe mill where the same mill my grandfather worked. No one knew we were in the company of a hero, and he wanted it that way. That point hit home and sank so deep that I live by it today. Never assume you know exactly where you stand, how much harder or how much easier you have it, or how much better you think you have it than anybody else that are around you. Whether it's that old man at the bar, your new boss, your new employee, a junior sailor, airman, soldier, or Marine, or even your spouse. Don't assume that you are the smartest, toughest, or best person around. If you do, or you find yourself thinking that, I'm going to tell you, I think you're in the wrong room. Surround yourself with teammates smarter than you. Get to know them, learn from them, and grow from them constantly. Just like you did with the people that are sitting to your left, your right, in front of you, and behind you. Never assume, never make stuff up, never be prideful or arrogant. Always ask questions, even if you think you know the answers. Engage, interact, and listen. Remember, there's always somebody smarter, bigger, and tougher than you in every room you enter. So be humble and learn everything you can from each and every one of them. Finally, truth number 4. Your attitude is everything, and it determines how you will handle what life throws at you. Nothing takes place of a good attitude, and I mean absolutely nothing. A good attitude, no matter how bad things get, changes any situation, and believe me, it creates opportunities where they did not previously exist. The worst situations in my life that I've been in were made better by those around me with great attitudes. I've been in some pretty bad situations. Sometimes it was finding a light or a way out of a bad situation. Other times it was cracking a joke or making light of something that most people would not think is funny. You all know what I'm talking about because that kind of happens here at the Citadel. How many times did you go home on furlough, especially after knob year, explaining something that you thought was funny, but all your friends back home and your parents are like, I don't get it. It's those shared moments in hardship where great attitude makes all the difference in the world. So never lose it. You will have many opportunities throughout your life to practice that. Hang on to that. Keep a great attitude. It's infectious. It will affect the people around you. So that's it, pure and simple. My 4 truths to get through my Citadel cycles and what life throws at me. Life's a team sport, so be a good teammate. Life is hard, unfair, and at times unforgiving. There's always somebody bigger, tougher, and smarter than you in every room you enter. And your attitude is everything and will determine how you handle exactly what life throws at you. As I mentioned earlier, you are better prepared, definitely better prepared than I was to handle these truths than you are aware. But I know each and every one of you will persevere in life's endeavor, no matter what cycle you find yourself in. I stated this throughout the whole year. I think Sergeant Major in the back of the room will echo this, that the class of 2021 is the best class that we've seen in our 7 years here, hands down. You will go down, I'm sure, in history as one of the best classes in the 179-year history of this institution. You helped each other through knob year all the way up to this day, and look at you. Look at where you're sitting. You comforted each other during the tragic and unexpected loss of a classmate, one of our teammates. You took on a global pandemic with its challenges and changes and led this Corps of Cadets marvelously through what was without a doubt the hardest year in our 179 year history of the Citadel. You persevered through things most people will never experience in their entire lives, and you did it as a class. You did it as classmates. You did it as teammates. So on behalf of the entire Citadel community, I want to say, Bravo Zulu, well done. But for me personally, I want to say thank you. I'm immensely proud of each and every one of you. It's been the honor of my life to play a small part in your Citadel cycle that you're about to end. So I want to close with my favorite quote, one I heard over 35 years ago, and I think what emulates what I've shared with you today. The quote reads, "Fate whispered to the warrior, you cannot withstand the storm. And the warrior whispered back, I am the storm." Class of 2021, you are those warriors. Go take this world by storm. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless the Citadel. God bless the great state of South Carolina. Most of all, God bless America. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Captain Peluso. Your extraordinary military career and your exemplary leadership of thousands of cadets through your service here has inspired so many. We applaud your dedication and education to the class of 2021. Still, graduates throughout the years have enjoyed a well-earned reputation for providing outstanding service to their nation. The ultimate expression of this selflessness is answering the call to duty in the armed forces. As one of only 6 senior military colleges in the United States, the best one, I believe, that's not written here, the Citadel takes great pride in our Citadel alumni and their military service to our nation. Citadel alumni have distinguished themselves in combat in every major conflict from the Mexican-American War of 1846 to the present day. It is my distinct pleasure to administer the oath of office to the men and women of the class of 2021 who are joining the military. By taking this oath, these young men and women are launching a career devoted to serving our nation. The gold bar they will wear as a second lieutenant or an ensign is symbolic of the trust their country has placed in them. They entered the Citadel grounds 4 years ago as nervous young members of the 4th class, and today they emerge as confident leaders, capable of meeting any challenge and solving any problem. The lessons they have learned here will form the basis for all decisions they will make, and they'll be more effective leaders as a result. It is my honor to administer the oath of office to our newest Citadel graduates to serve their country. All candidates to be commissioned, please rise and raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name. You solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. That I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations. You may be seated. I will now mask up and turn the podium over to Dr. Sullivan.
Thank you, General Walters. The conferring of degrees to members of the Citadel class of 2021 will now take place. The Board of Visitors Chair, Colonel Harrington, will confer the degrees. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Biology, Chemistry, Computer Science, Exercise Science, Sport Management, Physical Education, Mathematics, Nursing, and Physics, please rise. Now remain standing until we get to the very end, until Colonel Harrington confers the degrees. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice, English, History, Intelligence and Security Studies, Modern Languages, Political Science, and Psychology, please rise? Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Accounting, Finance, Supply Chain Management, please rise? Will the candidates in the all teacher certification programs, please rise. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Construction Engineering, Electrical Engineering, and Mechanical Engineering please rise? Mr. Chairman, I am pleased to present these candidates from each of our 5 academic schools who have been certified by the faculty as having successfully completed all requirements for their respective degrees.
Class of 2021, you have earned your degree under somewhat difficult circumstances. The resilience you have demonstrated throughout your time in the South Carolina Corps of Cadets is something you should be all proud of and something all Citadel alumni applaud. By the authority vested in me by the General Assembly of South Carolina, as chair of the Board of Visitors, I confer upon each of you the baccalaureate degree for which you have qualified with all the duties, rights, and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations. God bless you. Please be seated.
It's a great moment. We will now present diplomas to the graduates. Ms. Maria Aslagi from the Tommy and Victoria Baker School of Business will call the name of each graduate. In keeping with Citadel tradition, the last candidate to cross the stage will deliver remarks to their classmates. The second honor graduate will receive his diploma first, followed by his classmates. Graduates becoming life members in the Citadel Alumni Association will be announced as they cross the stage. This membership is vital to the future of the college. Thank you for reaching back to support the Citadel through your Alumni Association membership. Will the second honor graduate please come forward?
Nicholas Paul Frashoni, second honor graduate, summa cum laude, CAA Life member, honors program participant, Army commissionee. DeAndre Kershawn Adams, Army commissionee. Christopher Bennett Anderson. Matthew Richard Argy. Robert Graham Arnett. Brody Michael Austin, CAA Life member. Anna Marie Barfield. William Green Barnes II, magna cum laude, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Adam Samuel Blankenship, CAA Life member, Army commissionee. John Durham Blay. Samuel Gillespie Bloomer, summa cum laude, CAA Life member. Brian Joseph Bolches Jr., cum laude, CAA Life member, Army commissionee. Andrew Richard Borders, CAA Life Member. Conrad Blake Boreman, CAA Life Member, Air Force Commissionee. Robert Maxwell Braxton, summa cum laude, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Mina Marcel Brainos. Robert Logan Brott. Donald Leroy Brechtel III, Army Commissionee. Robert Colleton Brown. Louis Alexander Bullness Jr., Army Commissionee. Branson Lamar Burdette, CAA Life Member. Nolan Mark Burdette. William Austin David Burgess, CAA Life Member. John Charles Smith Butler III, CAA Life Member. Andrew Robert Jeffrey Karen, Army Commissionee. Logan Gary Carpenter. Charles Michael Carter Jr., CAA Life Member, Honors Program Participant. Michael Richard Cassell, cum laude, CAA Life Member. Mark Chungwa Choi. Garrett Alexander Christie, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Adam James Clancy. Cameron Rain Clark, CAA Life Member. Noah Anthony Clark. William Charles Clements, cum laude, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Matthew Brian Klein, CAA Life Member. Henry Connor Cohen IV. Keegan Davis Goodwin Connolly, cum laude, Army Commissionee. Maria Fernanda Contreras Munoz, magna cum laude. Darian Cyrus Cooper, Army commissionee. Delson Boston Coward, Army commissionee. Joel Crichton Cox. Dave Conkey Craig. Braxton Kyle Crawford, CAA Life member, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Robert Thomas Crawford, cum laude, CAA Life member, Air Force commissionee. Jackson Powell Kriminger. Jesse Burgess Crook, magna cum laude, CAA Life member, Army commissionee, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Jonah Ashmore Crosby, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Jonathan Carroll Colt. William Houston Curtis, CAA Life member, Army commissionee, who will be presented his diploma by his grandfather. Keaton McNeil Daniels, CAA Life member. Evan Bryce Dawkins, magna cum laude, CAA Life member. Samuel Douglas De Los Santos, CAA Life member. Simon Day Oleo, magna cum laude, CAA Life member, Air Force commissionee. Christian Alexander DeLong, magna cum laude, CAA Life member, Army commissionee. Joshua Ryan Dean, CAA Life member. Derek Brent Decker. Alexander Evan Reginald Delorme. Andrew Stephen Deschardins, Marine commissionee. Matthew Connor Devine, cum laude, Army Commissionee. Parker Haven Dixon, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Logan Austin Dix, summa cum laude, Honors Program participant. Austin Richard Thomas Elder. Tyler McGuire Ellison, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Samantha Rose Engel, Marine Commissionee. Tyler Cato Estridge, CAA Life Member. Willie Eubanks III. Warren Wesley Evans, CAA Life Member. Cameron Davis Ewer, CAA Life Member. Bailey Harrison Ezel. Aaron Patrick Fannin, Army Commissionee. Sean Thomas Belton Faulkner, magna cum laude. James McRae Pugh. Clark David Arnold Folden. ATM Roger Fontenot, magna cum laude, Army Commissionee. Ray Campbell Fortner, CAA Life Member, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Christopher Jordan Frazier, CAA Life Member. Robert Julian Freeman, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Justin Abraham Friedlander, CAA Life Member, Air Force Commissionee. Isaias Rolando Fuentes. Christopher Cash Furmanek, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Joshua Cecil Emmett Gambrell, CAA Life Member. Aaron Ray Garber. Tyreek Gardner. Jabari Dewan Garner. Robert Campbell Gerard. Haven Williams Garrett, CAA Life Member. Thomas Antonio Holt Gomez, magna cum laude, CAA Life Member, Honors Program Participant. Joshua Paul Gorzinski, cum laude, CAA Life Member, Navy Commissionee. James Lewis Graham IV, CAA Life Member. William Henry Grant, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Charles Stewart Gray. Jonathan Andrew Gray II, CAA Life Member. Alfred Leon Gregg II, Army Commissionee. Ulysses Riddle Grisette IV, Navy Commissionee. McKinley Neil Grooms. Caleb Mason Gary. Thomas Russell Hammerstone II, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Noah Lane Hammond, cum laude, Air Force Commissionee. Joshua Irwin Hardesty, Army Commissionee. Andrew Michael Hardig. Jacob Wheeler Harding, CAA Life Member. Mary Brenna Harrell, CAA Life Member. Bryce Edward Harrington, Army Commissionee, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Dennis Patrick Hathorn. Logan Chandler Haymaker, CAA Life Member. Connor Edward Hayes, magna cum laude, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Callahan Mitchell Height, CAA Life Member, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Harrison Wolf Hemminghouse, summa cum laude, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Buddy Garrett Hearing II, CAA Life Member, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Michael Alexander Hocutt, cum laude, Army Commissionee. Parker Ross Hoffman. Graham Michael Holland. Keenan Jaquan Holmes. Mao Sean Ho, summa cum laude. Javier DeFredre Howard. Al Thomas Hughes. Hunter Greer Hutton, summa cum laude. Warner Ammons James, CAA Life Member, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Jonathan Ray Jarrett, magna cum laude, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Clifford Abbott Jenkins II, CAA Life Member, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Trenton Guy Jenkins. Shalita Aquan Johnson. Gabriella Carolina Johnson. Haley Elizabeth Johnston, CAA Life Member. Andrew Patrick Jones, summa cum laude. Jacob Beringer Josepher, cum laude, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Charles Andrew Judkins, cum laude, CAA Life Member. Aaron Brooke Kaminer. Tyler Michael Kenny. Jeffrey Pleasant Kidner, Army Commissionee. John Barrett Kidner, Army Commissionee. Thomas Joseph Kilcullen. Cameron Lee Killigan. Justin B. King. Griffin Farr Kistler, Army Commissionee. Jacob Patrick Knapp, Army Commissionee. John Christopher Chrysler Jr., CAA Life Member, Air Force Commissionee, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Joseph Bryce Landstreet, magna cum laude. Cameron Scott Lanham. John Bolton Lassiter Jr., Marine Commissionee. Tanner Stansel Lawson. Spencer Andrew Leaphart. Desmond Jeremiah Lewis, Army Commissionee. Cameron Berkeley Lyles, Army Commissionee. Caitlin Rose Linder, CAA Life Member. Davian Janique Lindsay. Stephen Andre Little II. Jackson Bennett Long. Nicholas Reed Long, CAA Life Member. Michael Alex Lupachansky, Air Force Commissionee. Joseph Peter Lucarelli II, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Hope Caitlin Mack, CAA Life Member. Nicholas Brian Marsubian. Andrew Kenneth Martin. William Brett Martin, magna cum laude, Army commissionee. Aiden Hunter Massey, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Cullen Michael McCoy, CAA Life member. Cody Mills McCutcheon, cum laude, CAA Life member. Matthew Warren McCutcheon, CAA Life member. Brock Christopher Mell, CAA Life member, Marine commissionee. Devin Hunter Merrick, CAA Life member. Regina Amber Miles, CAA Life member, Marine commissionee. Davis James Miller. Hunter Lewis Mills, CAA Life member, Army commissionee, who will be presented his diploma by his grandfather. Logan Parks Mills. Reed Edward Mingus, CAA Life member. Joshua Bailey Montmarquette. William Talley Mormon Jr., who will be presented his diploma by his father. Trevor Daniel Marino, cum laude, CAA Life member. Jacob Spencer Mole. Christian Samuel Najjar, summa cum laude. Cooper Sloan Nelson, CAA Life member. Matthew Ryan Nairney. Matthew Ross Nolman. Devin Crawford Nyhart. Brandon Austin Orman, CAA Life member. Aday Tosin Oladimiji. Kensley Noel Paget, cum laude, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Nicholas Patrick Pappas, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Alex Christopher Parker. Andrew Riggs Parnell, CAA Life Member. William Daniel Pertile. William David Peeler II, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Patrick Donnelly Peters, CAA Life Member. Charles Patrick Farrer IV. Joseph Nat Nampham. Antonio Lewis Phillips. Lindsay Brogaw Pierce IV. Fuller DuPont Prickett, cum laude. William Van Rathke, magna cum laude, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee, who will be presented his diploma by his father and grandfather. Troy Cahill Ray, CAA Life Member. Andrew Patrick Reeder. Sean Flanagan Reen, CAA Life Member, Marine Commissionee. William Hartley Reed. Timothy James Rohde, CAA Life Member. William Scott Rhodes. Hayden Dreshawn Rice, CAA Life Member. Ashley Jordan Richardson, CAA Life Member. Eric Donald Ricker. Frank Benjamin Walker Robarbs, CAA Life Member, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Derek O'Neill Robertson, Jr., Army Commissionee. Ian Mitchell Rogers, summa cum laude, CAA Life Member. Hannah Lauren Roth, cum laude. Zachary Thomas Rolston. Krishan Jordan Royal, Army Commissionee. Matthew Randall Rush, CAA Life Member. Nadia Lee Sandler. Robert Scott Sasser. Blake Andrew Seals, CAA Life Member. Charles Tillman Shealy, cum laude, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Keegan Patrick Sherman. James Charles Shields, cum laude, Army Commissionee. Chin Shi, magna cum laude. Brandon Nicholas Shively, magna cum laude, honors program participant. Joshua Mitchell Schumann. Chase Anderson Silman, CAA Life Member. Morgan Brooks Simmons. Daniel Scott Simpson. Dante Ravel Smith, cum laude. Douglas Donald Smith, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Zion Matthew Smith, Army Commissionee. Luke Russell Solomon. Weenan Robert Springer, CAA Life Member. John Bascom Sprinkle, CAA Life Member. Kenneth Doyle Spurlock, CAA Life Member. Ethan Davis Stanley, cum laude, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Miles McAlpin Starnes, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Kyle Eric Stout. Brian Thomas Steed. Ian Joseph Steffen, summa cum laude, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Joshua Neeson David Stern, CAA Life Member. Gavin Foster Stewart, magna cum laude, CAA Life Member. Yodai Gregory Stout, cum laude, Army Commissionee. Emma Michelle Strong, summa cum laude. William Chadwick Strunk, CAA Life Member. Trayvon Akeyame Sumter. Adam Leslie Swanson, cum laude, honors program participant. Clifford Nicholas Swindell, Army Commissionee. Tucker Charles Thagard, magna cum laude. Cameron Scott Thomas, magna cum laude, Air Force Commissionee. Seth Sung-Hoon Thomas, magna cum laude, CAA Life Member, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Charles Larry Thorne III, CAA Life Member, Marine Commissionee. Peter Bennett Tillman, magna cum laude, Navy Commissionee. Evan William Tipner, Army Commissionee. Robert Houston Tywater, Army Commissionee. John Hensel Vallos, cum laude, CAA Life Member. Aaron Edward Van Manen, CAA Life Member. Eric Thomas Vettel, summa cum laude, CAA Life Member. Johnny Lawrence McElwain Walker, CAA Life Member, who will be presented his diploma by his grandfather. Matthew Tyler Wall, summa cum laude, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Jeffrey Gray Watson, Jr. Colton Joseph Webster, cum laude, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee, who will be presented his diploma by his father. Derek Paul Webster, Jr., magna cum laude. Chase Isaac Wingard, cum laude, Army Commissionee. Daniel Denver Cabatana Wentley, cum laude. Jonathan Charles Westmoreland, magna cum laude, Army Commissionee. Maxwell Arthur Whalen. Garrett Hardy Whitfield, CAA Life Member. Thomas Christopher Wine, CAA Life Member. Daniel Edward Wilkes, magna cum laude, CAA Life Member, Honors Program Participant. Caleb Jared Williams. Michael Corey Williams. Ryan Alexander Williams, Army Commissionee. John Daniel Winterstein. Lorenzia Billy Woods III. Justin Drew Young. Ronald Jack Zappendorf III, CAA Life Member, Army Commissionee. Samuel Crittenden Zuslog, magna cum laude, CAA Life Member.
Thank you. Well, I am very appreciative of receiving some recognition just for having Zuschlag as my surname. It's kind of a unique last name. Turns out Zuschlag is actually a German word that means an additional charge or a surtax. And so there's some suspicion that my ancestors were probably the trolls that hid under bridges and demanded a payment for crossing. So relative to that, this is probably one of the greatest honors in the Zuschlag family history. We all knew that the Citadel was not a traditional four-year college. Our knob year was probably much like many others. We arrived as a bunch of wide-eyed kids wondering what the heck we had gotten ourselves into. And we quickly learned that they don't call it Hell Week for nothing. Every day there were challenges, and each day we strove to earn respect from our upperclassmen. At the end of a grueling 9 months, We earned our recognition. Our hard work was paying off, but that didn't mean it was over. There were still all the parade practices, uniforms, inspections, training on the weekends, and of course, actual school. Although it could be said that some of us sometimes seem to forget about that part. But we knew about most of this. Still, we chose to come here. But our time at the Citadel has been different. This blasted COVID thing has definitely had its impact over the last year and a half. And it's caused us to miss out on some of the typical Citadel traditions and experiences. Our ring ceremony was different, without the junior sword arch, or being escorted through the ring with our families present. Although, my mom was somewhat relieved. She wasn't sure what she was gonna wear. The football games were different. No tailgating, no performances by the Summerall Guards. Even this graduation is different. All of our photos are with masks. Heck, I don't even know what half you guys look like anymore. It was different. But it didn't completely preclude us from finding a lot of fun things to keep us occupied. I learned that, while not discounting the damage and destruction that can be caused by hurricanes, hurrication, which was a new word for me, can be a lot of fun if you have 12 guys hanging out at someone's lake house for a week. So some good, some bad. Through it all, we did have a lot of fun, and man, it's gone by fast. We found friends for life here. I found brothers for life. Sierra, love you guys. And still, here we are. And we will leave here today emboldened with the enthusiasm of our youth and an excitement about our futures. Futures for which we are well prepared. We are prepared because when the inevitable difficulties or disappointments come our way, we can look down at this ring. We can feel the weight of it on our hand. And we will be reminded that we chose to do something hard, something different. We chose to dig deep within ourselves. We chose to be challenged, to challenge who we are, knowing that character shows itself in difficulty. We chose to be the person that brings value to this ring. We chose to be part of something bigger than ourselves, to be bound together to a shared commitment of the ideals and traditions of this institution. And we will choose to persevere, to not quit, but to continue the long tradition of courage, leadership, excellence, of being willing to enter the arena of all of those who have come before us. We chose to wear the ring. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of our graduates and welcome to the ranks of the Citadel Alumni. It is now my pleasure to call upon the President-elect of the Citadel Alumni Association, Tommy Young, to initiate the class of 2021 into the ranks of the long gray line.
My name is Thomas Rudolph Young III, class of 74, Spartanburg, South Carolina. Our president of the Alumni Association, Chip Dury, sends his welcome and recognizes all of the work you've done today. He's a bit under the weather, so you got stuck with me. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2021, this ceremony marks the end of a road less traveled and the beginning of a new journey. You experienced a difficult senior year due to the pandemic, but you persevered. You entered McAllister Fieldhouse as cadets. In short order, you will be dismissed and leave this campus as Citadel graduates. This is a title you have earned with your mind, your body, and spirit. As you join the ranks of our alumni, you are challenged with contributing to the legacy that has been earned by the legions of Citadel graduates that have gone before you. It is a proud legacy of graduates who epitomize service, leadership, selfless service, unwavering devotion to duty, and impeccable character. This legacy is now yours to cherish and to protect. Your fellow alumni are confident that you are up to the task. Before you leave our beloved campus today, take a few moments to pause and reflect on what you have achieved. Stay dedicated to our core values of honor, duty, and respect. These values are touchstones and coupled with what you learned throughout your Citadel experience will serve as a moral compass to guide you through your journey beyond the same gates. Since October, and like classes before you, you have worn your ring with your class numerals facing towards you. A daily reminder that you are a member of the class of 2021. Momentarily, and on my command, you will turn your ring outward, stating to the world that you are a Citadel graduate. But before we execute this time-honored tradition, I ask you to consider this. Your ring is a visible symbol that you are a Citadel graduate, a person of honor, with a strong sense of duty and respect of others. Don't just wear the ring, be the ring. Let your actions and your words define who you are. A graduate of the Citadel, Military College of South Carolina. The time has come. Remove your ring finger glove. Now remove your band of gold. Turn it around and replace it on your finger. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2021, congratulations and welcome. And welcome to the long gray line in the ranks of Citadel alumni. May you always have fair wind and following seas. Good luck, Godspeed, and for those of you that chose to join the Alumni Association before your graduation, welcome and thank you. For those of you that didn't, I encourage you to explore it further. It is one of the strongest networks that is out there for college graduates. Your Citadel ring, your diploma, and your membership in the Alumni Association mean the most that you will have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Young. Will the audience please rise for the singing of the Alma Mater and remain standing for one final order from General Walters. The words to the Alma Mater are printed on the back inside cover of the program.
Okay. How many of you looked in your tubes to see if there's anything in there? There's always one. Congratulations. To our guests, thank you for enduring our socially distanced ceremony here. I'd ask that you allow the ushers to escort the cadets out, or our alumni now out. But there's one final order that I'll give you before you leave and we conclude this ceremony. Class of 2021, dismissed!